All right. Intro, and anyways. Cunt nugget.
That's cards and Jets Bills. All right.
You got it set up.
Yeah. Already.
All right.
Already.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into it. All gas, no break. Welcome to the show, Chris, Justin, and Mo. Episode 51, I think.
51. Damn.
Jonathan Vilma episode.
I think this is might actually be 52, or I don't know.
Shit, the David Harris episode.
No, actually, it is episode 51. My apologies. So it is the Jonathan Vilma, Brian Cox, Aaron Mason episode. Is anyone 51 on the Jets right now? I don't think so.
I don't
No.
think so. Nah.
It can't be. If it is, it's nobody that important.
Yeah.
But anyway, back with another episode. A tough loss to take in Minnesota on Sunday. I would say of all the losses the Jets have had this year, this one was probably the least consequential in the sense that it was a non-division, non-conference opponent.
Yeah, least consequential, but it hurts the most, I think.
But it's the most painful and the most frustrating loss easily.
Yeah.
It was a game really you feel like they could have had, should have had. They really should have had it.
Yeah. They had so many chances.
It was a tale of two halves. They were pretty much sleepwalking through the first half and dug themselves into a 20-3 deficit. Claw their way back in the second half, end up losing 27-22. Of course, Mike White had a game-winning touchdown thrown to Braxton Berrios, but Braxton could not hold on to the football. Could
have done better on that play, definitely.
Yeah, lots to unpack. It was definitely. I mean, I was pretty.
It should have been Elijah Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would think it should be Elijah Moore.
100%.
I think he's a little more. I mean, Elijah has his drops and his faults too. But I would say I trust Elijah more in that situation. Pun intended.
We're scheming for Garrett. I'm not certain if they're scheming for that slot receiver, but scheming for Garrett there, shit, he's gonna hold on to it.
They had that one fade route in the end zone to the right with Garrett, and then he just like overthrew it. And I'm like, all right. See, this is the thing. This is the thing with me. I'm like, all right, why would you run it twice and then try to throw? I'm like, all right, it would make more sense to run past then throw again. I mean, run past then run again.
Yeah, if you want to run a second time, but I think they should have run past the fucking again.
Honestly, with that competition, yeah, but I think they should have just ran it every fucking time.
I agree. Like you have Bam Knight.
Bam was doing fucking work, 100%.
Yeah, I think they abandoned the running game too early because Bam Knight. I mean, the Vikings kept the Jets very much in check in the first half, like both passing and rushing offense. Really, they couldn't get anything going in the first half, and I know they were playing from behind in the second half, but really, they really had like all the time they needed to get back into that game until we
were the better team in the second half.
But I noticed this. With Mike LaFleur. Anytime we're down, he has the QB throwing over 50 passes.
Yeah,
that happened in the Cleveland game too with Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
he threw it for like 57.
Yeah,
and then I think Mike White did the same shit.
Yeah, they both threw. I think they both had 57 throws in a game. Mike White this past week, and I think Joe Flacco in week 1. I think he threw 57 times.
That's where LaFleur needs to know when to disguise the run when you're behind. He has to disguise a good run play. We don't have that ever. Either our run game is dominant or it's non-existent.
Usually we do. I mean, in the Bills game, we did. We ran the ball the whole fourth quarter.
It was going. It was progressing.
Yeah,
I'm saying. All right, my bad. It doesn't matter what quarter it is. he'll try the run game, and then if it fails, he abandons it.
Instead of
run game, if the run game doesn't start working on a drive, he's just like, yeah, no, let's go through.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, and I think last week we talked all about how LaFleur wasn't the problem; he just needed a quarterback to properly run his offense. I think this week I'm going to, and the LaFleur. I think that the blaming of LaFleur for this game might be a little bit over the top. Because I think the reason we lost is because the whole team, but especially the defense, was like really soft in the first half. They were playing. They're giving the receivers way too much of a cushion. Like when Justin Jefferson did catch that touchdown, it was like one of the easiest touchdowns he'll probably ever catch. And that's nothing against like DJ Reed who was covering him. I think they were just playing it too soft.
The story would be different though. The story would be different if Garrett Wilson didn't step out of bounds. That would have been a touchdown. Corey Davis didn't trip up or get tripped up. That would have been a touchdown too. Braxton Berrios catches the ball. It would have been a touchdown. I mean, they went 1 for 6 in the red zone.
Yeah, that was piss poor.
The main issue that I have with LaFleur in this game was just getting way too. It's a cliche, but getting way too cute in the red zone and in goal.
It's true.
Situations.
He does.
Like, granted, the 4th down play that Braxton Berrios dropped, he dropped it, but the play worked because it got him open, and Mike White, delivered the ball where it needed to be. So it was a good play call, but it does seem like in general, like they're way too eager to just get Braxton like those manufactured touches, like in the red zone and in goal to go. It seems like, whenever we're in that situation, like they're gonna run like a jet sweep to him or some sort of gadget play to him, like just for the sake of it. And
that should be Elijah. All those plays should be.
But that's the thing. Like, why does it have to be Braxton Berrios? Like, they're just trying to fit him into the scheme for what?
Yeah, because we paid him.
There's 3 better receivers that could do the same shit.
Yes, 100%. Elijah number 1, but we paid him, so.
Yeah, Elijah. We paid. Yeah, we didn't pay him yet, but
he's not still. Braxton, and that's
Corey Davis. Corey Davis would have been the better situation right there.
And we paid Corey Davis too.
Yes,
I mean
Corey's hands are always questionable.
They're always a question. And am I the only one? Is it just me, or like that 4th down pass that Corey Davis caught, and then to keep the game alive?
And then tripped up.
Is it me? But if he would have ran the other way, couldn't he just have run in for a touchdown?
Yes, he could have. Yeah, he could have.
Like I saw him catch it, and he basically ran into where all the defenders were. But I feel like if he just get back the other way, there would have been no one there. He could have just ran to the other corner and walked in for a tutty.
That's his awareness, but he was.
Also, I think extremely difficult to change direction that quickly.
Yeah, but I think in his mind, to his defense, he was like, "Yo, it's 4th down. All I gotta do is right now catch the ball."
Yeah, his main concern was probably just holding on to the football and keeping the game alive for another play. But
I'm sure he wasn't thinking, "Oh, the opposite side's fucking wide open." Yeah, if it was probably 2nd down, he might have made the move. Maybe I don't know.
But I did see that, and I kept thinking, "Oh man, Corey Davis probably could have scored there," but no one else was really talking about it. So I was like, "Am I crazy to think that, or I don't know. I thought
not at all. It's just
this wasn't a game where the Vikings won. It was the game that the Jets lost.
Oh yeah, the Jets
lost that game.
Basically, I mean, they had every opportunity to win it. Really, even in the first half when they weren't playing that well, they were playing well enough to keep the Vikings, for the most part, keep them out of the end zone and hold them to 3. And I don't know, the offense just couldn't wake up in the first half, and then when it did wake up, they were kind of too deep of a hole. And obviously 1 for 6 in the red zone, not going to cut it. You need to if they score even one more touchdown there,
and then, what, six field goals? Come on.
Yeah, so
you got to convert. We need the touchdowns.
At least we got a kicker. Shit.
Yeah, at least we do have. Greg the Leg is back. Like, I feel like when we signed Greg the Leg, a lot of people thought it was just Greg and that there was no more the Leg. But the Leg is still there.
Legatron, Gregatron.
He's got it.
I don't know what the fuck. What do they call him?
Legatron, Young Glizzy. He did set
Young Glizzy.
I think he did set our franchise record for longest field goal with that 60-yarder.
Yeah, that was crazy. I did not think he was going to make that shit.
Right, that field goal, and I think that field goal would have been good from like 70 because it was like
it went over. It was deep.
It wasn't like one of those like ball scraper field goals that barely clears it. He had that from 70.
It was like, who the fuck is Justin Tucker?
And if it's any silver lining, at least like Mike White played well enough that like you feel good about the quarterback situation now. Like you feel
no, he balled. I think he balled out, even though like the stats don't show it. He still did.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the stats. I mean, I guess it depends what stats you look at. I mean, I guess the fact he didn't throw any touchdowns and he had a couple picks. I mean, the first pick. I mean, that throw was a little behind Corey Davis. So I guess it's like kind of 50-50 whether you want to blame Corey Davis or Mike White. You could make the argument either way as to whose fault that
could have made a play on it, but it happened. I blame Mike more.
It wasn't a great throw, but it's like a throw that, as a professional wide receiver, it's like a throw you should be able to at least catch or at least be able to like
make a play on it.
Knock the football down to bail your quarterback.
Yeah.
Like
the one play that really like kind of pissed me off was the one where he overthrew Garrett Wilson and he had to like dive. or stretches. He just had his arms out and he like overthrew him.
Had him beat. That would have been an easy touchdown.
Oh, there were so many chances because they had Kirk Cousins in check.
I think
most of the game.
I think deep down, I kind of knew when he had that overthrow to Garrett Wilson. Deep down, I kind of knew, like, all right, like it's not our day. It's just not.
It's not working. Yeah. It's not clicking.
You just feel it. You can feel it.
You're down like 20-3, but to the credit of Robert Saleh and the identity he's built. He has built a team that doesn't quit and gets better as the game goes on. I think now it's just a matter of you got to get off to better starts because the Jets are really built to play from ahead. They have a great running game and a great defense. Like, so if you get ahead by a touchdown or even 10 points, like you can control the game and more often than not come out on top. So it's just a matter of like, getting off to faster starts so that you're not always, playing from a deficit and trying to catch up because as good as Mike White is, and as much as I like him, as much as I like Garrett Wilson, and as much as we do have weapons on our offense, especially with the now emergence of Bam Knight, who's filling the Breece Hall role very nicely.
Killing it.
As good as our offense is, I still don't I don't trust them to be coming back from like 2-score deficits every week.
No.
Oh, Michael Carter's coming back this week, by the way.
Michael Carter coming back. I wonder if that means James Robinson gets scratched again, or what their plans are.
I don't know.
Bam has been doing well.
I mean, Bam so well. He's been doing amazing.
Yeah. So I mean,
as an undrafted rookie,
that is RB1. Like that is indisputable. I would say it's probably going to be. I'd say all.
Bam Carter.
I mean, I'd say all three probably. I mean, do you dress Ty Johnson over James Robinson at this point?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so I mean, assuming they dress three, I'd say the third one, they might give the nod to Ty Johnson over James Robinson because it seems like I don't know.
Just because he's been there longer and he knows the offense better.
Yeah, that means Robinson was a waste, and
I mean, I don't know. It's not a waste. I mean, like, worst comes to worst, someone gets injured again.
Then we have him. Then we have him. But this man wants to play right now.
Mm-hmm.
He does, and I'm not saying he can't produce. We just haven't seen him produce yet.
Yeah, he hasn't produced with us, and it seems. I guess I didn't even realize till I think I realized when we started recording the podcast last week that he was actually healthy scratched for that Bears game. I was watching the Bears game, and I didn't see James Robinson get called. Like, I didn't hear his name once or even see him on the field. I was like, oh, he must be hurt. It wasn't until like a week ago, like last Wednesday, when I realized he had been
he been scratched. Yeah, the Jets offense has no. I don't think they're planning to use him at all.
Yeah,
I think he could be useful, but I don't think they're gonna use him at all.
I mean, what really is what role exactly does James Robinson serve on this team? Because I mean, Bam Knight is your RB1 and your bruiser at this point. Michael Carter is like the change of pace back, and the fresh legs back, and then
Ty Johnson doesn't get hit after one hit.
Yeah, and then Ty Johnson is kind of like diet Michael Carter in the sense that it does like a lot of the same things as far as catching passes out of the backfield. So like, where does James Robinson like fit into this offense? Because I feel like the only time, every time James Robinson is on the field and they hand it to him, it's always just the HB draw up the middle. I feel like they use for him for. So it's just like, what's his role? Like, do they see him as like the goal line back? Like, because I don't know. I feel like that's
why they're not playing him. They're not playing him because they what they realized is they see the talent and they see what they're getting from him, and they feel like he's not fitting the role that they thought he could fill.
Yeah, and I also I do wonder what adjustments LaFleur will make in the red zone this week, because I wonder if like part of the reason why his play calling was so bad in the red zone last week was because he was so used to like calling plays for Zach in the red zone, and he'd have to like get way too creative just to give them a chance to score because of like how bad he was.
Oh shit!
I wonder if it's just a matter of like kind of simplifying the offense when you get inside the 20.
That's where we probably could have used Robinson. Honestly, in the fucking red zone, we probably could have used him as a good power back, gain some yards, get us close to the goal line.
I feel like
Bam would have been better for that.
Yeah, Bam Knight would be better.
Yeah, but Bam was running all game.
So
that's what. Look, like man, fatigue happens. I'm just saying. Robinson had fresh legs.
Have him
brought him out there.
If I was him, I would have just ran it 4 times. I don't care.
Yeah, and that fade play was just, I don't know. It was just so low percentage.
It was because he ended up cutting back. So it was like, okay, I'm not gonna get open on the fade route, and he was hoping Mike White would see that. And he wasn't able. He basically like predetermined where he was gonna pass.
Yeah. He very much.
Oh yeah.
Where Garrett Wilson is going to be, and then he couldn't get there.
That's unfortunately every fade route.
Too much. I mean, it's always like there's nothing more beautiful than like a well executed, goal line fade. But it's just there's just too much.
I mean, it's either gonna work or it's gonna look like how the fuck we did it.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. That's the end result.
There's just too much that can go wrong for it to not work. So I agree. I think they would have been better off just like handing the ball off to Bam 3 times and then QB sneaking with Mike White if you're still not in.
So yeah,
that wouldn't have been bad. But for whatever reason, we abandoned the running game. Mike is like, nah, it's all about the pass, all about Mike White.
Yeah,
definitely got too cute.
But Garrett Wilson did ball out, and I mean he is very clearly the focal point of this offense. And I'm excited for not to look too much ahead to next year because we still got work to do this year.
Yeah,
there's still everything's still very much in play for this year. This isn't the type of loss where it feels like, all right, we're done and our season's over, because
these are the losses we were hoping for, competitive losses.
Yeah, and it's and we did get the help like from the outside. Like the Bills helped us out by beating the Patriots. The Dolphins.
49ers.
Yeah. We really needed this win.
The biggest
Brock Purdy.
Beating the
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, for all the Dolphins fans that were saying the Jets were frauds when we beat the third string quarterback a couple of months ago, what does that make you for losing to
Tua looking like ass. Once you rock him, he's done.
Yeah.
He was looking back to he regressed back to happy feet noodle arm Tua. And I can't wait for us to make him look like a happy feet noodle arm.
Oh, that'd be lovely. That would be lovely.
Wait. I hope that's like a fifth seed wild card game we have to play for.
Yeah, I need these Dolphins fans to be humbled.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait. And hopefully if we don't, it'll be the 7th seed if we lose. But anyways.
I think we're still on a good track for the 7th seed. And
this game is big. This game is big. Like, this determines everything.
And I think 10 wins, if we could get to 10 wins, I think that we'll definitely make the playoffs. Because if you look, our main the main threats to us for the last playoff spot are San Diego and New England. Now, obviously, New England has any and all tiebreakers over us because they swept. Because Zach Wilson sucks and plays like a little baby.
So we would need 10 if we like. Hopefully we don't just get 10 wins, but like 10 wins is if Patriots lose.
Yeah, Patriots
for the rest of the season more than we do.
Yeah. If you look at the rest of the Patriots schedule, I mean, they have Arizona.
It's pretty bad. Like after this next week, I think that like it's tough.
And they have like I think they have Arizona, the Raiders, and then I think they have like the Bengals. They have
the Bills and Dolphins, I think. Still.
Again. So they still have, so they still have a lot of tough opponents. I don't really see them winning more than 2 of those games, which would get them to 8. San Diego is fraudulent as hell. So, I think I'm not
San Diego Superchargers.
As much as it disgusts me, like we might actually be better off with a Dolphins win over the Chargers this week. Because I mean, it would be nice for the Dolphins to lose and keep the division hopes alive. But as far as just making the playoffs, you just want the Chargers to go away because I think they have some sort of tiebreaker on us now. I'm not sure what, but I know that they tiebreaker. But I think they're pretty fraudulent and pretty shaky. So I don't really see them getting it to there. Like to me, even with the loss, that this isn't like season's over type of loss. I mean, I think it decreased our playoff chances from like 80% to like basically 50%. If we would have won that game against Minnesota, we'd have like an 80% chance to make the playoffs. Now it's like a 53% chance. So it hurts in that sense, but we did get the outside help, and I think that that our main threats, I think their schedules are pretty tough. So I think as long as we can take care of business and get 3 of the next 5, we'll be all right. I won't lie, I am very scared, not only of Buffalo this week, but I am very scared of the Detroit Lions the following week. I wrote that one in as it's like one of our easy games at the end of the season. But right now, the Lions, I don't think anybody.
They're like 5-7.
Yeah, they're 5-7, but it's like a super frisky. It's like a super hot as of late 5-7. Like it's not the same. Like they're clearly not the same team that they were at the beginning of the season. Like,
But see, the thing is with the Lions, like their defense sucks ass. And their offense just scores a lot of points because of Amon-Ra St. Brown and like Jamal Williams.
Oh yeah, and Jameis.
But they're. I mean, like I think our defense will have no problem defending that shit.
I think we'll be okay too. But it is a game that's
it could be a close game. It could be a shootout.
But that's if we don't score when we should.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's what I'm a little bit. That's what I'm like a little bit afraid of. I mean, because I know that
it's going to end up being that. I guarantee it. It is.
I know the Lions like blew out the Giants in MetLife, and I'm kind of worried fuck around and do the same thing to us. Although I think our defense is much better, and I think it'll ultimately they'll be able to get it done. But I think it'll be a much more stressful game than originally anticipated. But my original point was that the Garrett Wilson Mike White connection is super strong, and like that dude loves Mike White. He said he would like go to war with him. So it's good that they have this connection, and it does excite me for how the way Garrett Wilson has overtaken, being the main guy in the offense. It does excite me to see like how they will handle that next year when Breece Hall is back. They can, hopefully they can make them into like what they should do is they should be able to make them into like a Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson type of RB wide receiver tandem where you have two just like.
I think we're going to run more. I think we're going to run more again.
I mean,
dominant.
Yeah, because Bill's pass defense is really good. So I could see them running a lot more. They should just go back to their script with how they played him the first time. And
it worked.
But the difference is like they have three more additions on their defense that weren't playing the first time. But Von Miller's going to be out.
That's a great thing.
Out for the season, actually.
Right, and he was an impact on that defense when we played him.
Oh yeah.
Tre'Davious White's playing. I think Jordan Poyer and Matt Milano. So those three, and those are impact players. They definitely ball out. I see us. I don't know what strategy would be best for like receivers wise. But
it's going to be raining.
Really?
Yeah, I heard 40. It's going to be like in the 40s, and there's a chance of rain for that game.
Okay. Well, Mike White balled out in the rain, so he's used to that shit.
Yeah, he's got to do it again.
He's got a week of or at least 1 day of playing in the rain.
Yeah,
so that might. I don't know if Josh Allen played in the rain this season yet.
No, but certainly cold.
But I'm not scared because our defensive line is fucking a bunch of savages.
They're a bunch of savages in that box.
We have to contain him from his run game. If we can stop him from running, we should be good.
Michael Clemens, baby.
Is that?
Yeah.
Get that quarterback spot.
Fuck it. Honestly, every single player in this rookie draft class that we got this year has been balling out besides like Jeremy Ruckert.
Yeah, and Jeremy Ruckert, there's even rumblings that maybe they should activate Jeremy Ruckert and
they should
a chance to get more involved.
He's good. You see him in college, he was good.
Yeah. And Tyler Conklin was dropping way too many passes on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely.
I had real high hopes for like a Tyler Conklin revenge game for him to go in there.
So did I.
Touchdown, he score a touchdown or have some sort of impact on that game.
Yeah, no.
Every time Mike White was throwing him perfectly good balls that he just couldn't catch.
And we still haven't let up a tight end touchdown this year.
Yeah, quite the contrast from years past. But
right.
Yeah.
We have to get to a quick break here, so
break.
We will pause real quick, and we will be back, and we'll dive more into this matchup with the Buffalo Bills.
Oh yeah,
Justin, you should grow a man bun.
Hell no. Hell no. Jared had that shit. Hell no. Fuck that. Couldn't pay me enough.
He doesn't have a man bun. He just has like Garrett Wilson's braid where it ends up in a bun.
Yeah. I still call it a man bun. Shit. Looks the exact same. Stop.
that's the nigga bun.
Yeah. That's what I call it, the nigga bun.
I'm stupid.
It's the same fucking shit.
I'm stupid. That's just funny.
It's kind of like speaking of Garrett Wilson, it's kind of funny to me, like when he's like in like street clothes or whatever, he looks like a hipster, but then like when he's like
he does. This dude wore pearls on the NFL jersey.
Like an absolute.
Come on.
Someone
he that kid I don't know. His fashion sense is kind of off, but that kid can fucking ball.
Fashion.
Yes, 100%. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, nah, I'm good with that.
Did you guys see Deion Sanders got how he got as the Colorado coach, and then like
I saw it, yeah.
And then they said they can't pay him.
I was like, oh my god.
He was like, I'm bringing my luggage with me, so some of you are gonna have to get the transfer portal.
This motherfucker is crazy. He is crazy.
Didn't Colorado say like, oh yeah, I don't know where we're gonna get the funds to pay him?
Oh yeah, apparently, or apparently Jackson State like didn't have money or something.
Oh, okay.
I was something.
I saw some headline about it.
It was supposed to be at HBCU, and they over here talking about we ain't got no money. Bullshit.
HBCUs get money.
They do.
They do 100%.
They're fucking lying because they don't care about the goddamn sports in the college.
Yeah, which is a sad thing because HBCUs could be killing it. Shit. They should be killing the sports.
Shit, you would think.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, I'm gonna start it back up now.
All right.
We are officially back on the air. So yeah, we play Buffalo again. We beat them once. We could beat them again. It'll be a lot harder. I mean, we have to go into Buffalo, and obviously they're going to be they're not going to underestimate us. I don't think they necessarily underestimated us the first game that we played in. I think we did kind of catch Josh Allen at a time where he was playing a little bit of retard ball.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know if his play is going to get better throughout the season because he's not having a great fucking season, and I don't see why.
He's been much better since that game.
I think he's hurt.
He could be. I
think he is.
Yeah, he did supposedly injure his arm on the on that Bryce Huff sack that basically won us the first game.
Yeah.
I think for a few games he was a little off. I mean, I think he was a little off that game even before he got hurt. He played the most of that game. He was fine. It was just the last play of the game really where he had any injury. I think he had he hit like a little bit of a funk like for a couple of weeks after that, but no, to me he looks like he's like back to normal and like he's pretty, back to his usual self. He's not like the dominant, unstoppable force he was at the beginning of the season, but like he's gotten back to being like a very good quarterback, I would say.
Well, they also started running the ball finally.
Yeah, they did.
It's not only him getting rushing yards.
Yeah, so yeah, that's gonna be another key. We're gonna have to contain and stop. Really, we have to shut down their run game.
Yeah, that's key.
There's no reason
shut down the run game.
We shouldn't be able to shut down their run game. I mean,
I would rather them have them run the ball instead of pass.
I mean,
oh no, you prefer them to,
but
you're right.
I agree, but I think it'd be key because I think our passing defense is going to be still top notch, but they will get passes throughout 100%. We got Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, but if we can stop their run game and stop any disguising, then the pass game is going to be so much simpler. DJ and Sauce are just going to fucking take over.
Yeah, like
DJ Reed had an illness. I don't know if that's going to affect him playing on Sunday though.
Hey, put Sauce on Diggs.
Well, I think it'll probably be 50-50. But
yeah, probably.
Yeah, I am hearing that there is a flu bug going around.
The Jets flu, yeah.
And I think some of the Vikings caught it too.
Oh.
Yeah, they had a few players who were out today due to illness.
Flu season, baby. Shit.
Yeah, get your flu shots so you're not.
I don't remember the last time I had a flu shot.
Yeah, me. Each time I took it, I got the fucking flu.
I get you. Anyway, we're not a vaccines podcast, but
no, we are not.
Flu is currently going around at One Jets Drive, so hopefully nobody else gets it, and hopefully the people that do have it, there's still a few days left, so hopefully by Sunday they'll be good to go.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a chance to win this game.
So offensively, how are we going to? Because we're playing. It's a different. It's going to be like a whole different, a whole different kind of vibe offensively than last time. Because last time we played the Bills, Zach Wilson was the quarterback, and he actually had like kind of a semi-good game against the Bills. It was
he played great. I thought he played great.
I thought he played fine. I wouldn't say he played great, but he was definitely good enough. He was
great to compared to every other game that he's played.
One of his better games this season. I would still say Zach's best game this year was probably to me it was probably the Miami game.
He got a lot of chances.
But see, I say this one's great was better because they were actually playing first string quarterback.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying from Zach Wilson's performance, that standpoint, I think statistically he did a lot better against Miami's defense than he did against.
Yeah, without doubt.
Don't tell Miami fans that because they'll just say their whole.
Oh my God! Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, the offense it's going to be a little, it's going to be a little different with Mike White versus Zach back there. Obviously, last time Mike White played the Bills last year was kind of when the Mike White experiment came crashing and burning down last year, and ended up being the last game. Started. He threw 4 picks. We lost 45-17.
Great game.
Yeah, wonderful game. I think this game could be a little different. I still think Buffalo's defense will do. They'll do enough to give Mike White a hard time and not make it easy for him out there. But I think that Mike White will at least be able to. Still competently run the offense to an extent because he's gonna have the whole team has something to play for, and I think the whole team is pissed off by that Vikings loss. In a press conference today, someone asked Quinnen Williams "Oh, what are your thoughts on the upcoming game?" And he was just "We're playing Buffalo," and then he gave the reporter this smirk and this look like he was gonna kill them.
He should.
I think that team
is right
about the loss. They probably, I think they're going to come out fired up and feel like they let one last week. So, so I think that they'll be. I think that they will be competitive, and Mike White will have a lot more. Mike White will have a lot more to work with on the offense, so I expect him to have a much better game this time against Buffalo than he did last time.
That definitely.
Definitely.
Should. He should.
I mean,
because he's had a year under this offense already, so he knows. I mean, he's played better than last year, even against the Bengals. I thought he played great against the Bears.
Even in the Bengals game, he probably. I know he threw like 1 or 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he did.
He probably
should.
And
then the Bears, I don't think he didn't throw any, right?
Yeah, he didn't throw any against the turnover-free football against the Bears. He had one throw that kind of went through a defender's hand. I think the Garrett Wilson, the second Garrett Wilson touchdown, kind of went through a Bears defender's hands, but we can just ignore that little tidbit.
Yeah, no, we'll just consider that a perfect pass.
Yeah,
blame it on Bears D.
So
the Buffalo, I can't see Buffalo giving up a chance like that.
Yeah, no.
That they'll get.
So
they're gonna capitalize on that.
His precision has to be a lot better.
Yeah,
but I feel like he can definitely get it done. He knows he can. Everyone's rallying around, so like the confidence is there.
Yeah,
definitely should
be. Garrett Wilson, this might be his I feel like this will be his game where he shows that he will be offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, I think the tide is turning as far as the O'Roy goes. First it was Brees, then it was Kenneth Walker. Then Walker got hurt. Right now, I think Kenneth Walker is still the favorite.
But he's hurt.
He's hurt, and then right after that, it's and then right after that, it's Garrett Wilson,
and then a bunch of other players.
Chris Olave are
Yeah.
But I do think
this is a game where Wilson has to be better than Diggs. Wilson's got to.
He had 160 yards last game.
Yeah. No, he fucking.
Which is wild. He should have had 200 if he
had
that touchdown.
Yeah, on a fucking loss.
If he did, but if he didn't step out of bounds on that one catch, he would have had 200 with a touchdown.
Yeah,
and we would have won.
Did he even he really didn't even need to step out of bounds there? He could have just kept going.
Yeah, he could have. But shit, it's what it could have showed.
It was it was a bad day. It was a bad day for the Jets in terms of sideline awareness, I feel.
For sure, because Elijah Moore, that 1 foot, he didn't do the toe drag.
Easy toe drag.
I mean, I don't blame him because Elijah Moore, I feel like it's just because he's short, he couldn't do it.
Yeah, he's just thinking I got to go up and catch it.
And he still could have positioned himself where he could have, but it wasn't. It was really too much to ask.
There's really no excuse to not drag the foot there. You're an NFL.
Yeah, because he looked like he didn't want to fall. That was the only reason.
Yeah,
he looked like he didn't want to fall.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of an experience thing, but that's something you expect from your wide receivers from rookie year. Like they know it's now.
He wasn't giving it his all, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more second year. He shouldn't be.
No. Yeah, I know it's the second year, but still, I think it's a growing thing for certain wide receivers. They just have to get in their neck, like Eden had 2 feet down, 2 feet down, 2 feet down. Elijah Moore might not have that down yet.
The toe tap.
Yeah, that's it.
He didn't have what Randy Moss called it, toe drag swag.
What is it
called? Nate Burleson.
I think swag is the terminology that you're looking for. Yeah, I mean, I do like to think Garrett Wilson will have another big game against the Bills. I feel like the last game against the Bills is where I don't know how I forget what Garrett Wilson's numbers were in that first game against the Bills, but to me, watching that Bills game was when I felt like our offense kind of reestablished having an identity again after losing Breece Hall. Because when Breece Hall was there, he was the whole offense. The identity was just giving the ball to Breece Hall, run behind Elijah Vera Tucker. Let's make shit happen. When Breece Hall got hurt, they're stagnant against the Broncos for that whole game after Breece Hall's touchdown. Then, of course, there was the Patriots game, which was just a gross display on so many levels. But then when they played the Bills, I kind of felt like, okay, like the offense is figuring it out. And like, I feel like they kind of reestablished an identity where like we could be a passing offense and like Garrett Wilson is our main guy. Like focal point.
100%. And it should be. It should. Well,
Breece Hall was like God for the Jets offense.
Oh yeah. He's the only reason why our offense is so fantastic.
They should praise him anytime they can, because he held. As far as I'm concerned, those 5-2, all these Zach Wilson stands that are saying, "Oh, Zach Wilson got a 5-2." Fuck that shit. It was Breece Hall.
Yeah, Breece Hall got us to 5-2.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Garrett Wilson is like he's like the treasure that we just came upon.
Yeah, it was. It was fun to pretend.
It's fucking fantastic shit.
Game manager quarterback for those few weeks, but really, like, we could call a spade a spade. We were winning in spite of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And think about this. Like, in this draft, we got wide receiver 1, we got CB 1, and running back 1.
and we got 2.
And they were all producing.
And we got 2
edge
rushers. I don't know if you'd call them edge rusher 1s. But
no, they're out there.
Yeah, I mean,
they're out there.
The D line is kind of hard to read because they rotate everyone so much.
Yeah, there's
I'm not even mad at it. Like it's
because everyone's producing.
Everyone's producing.
It's fucking ridiculous. Our defense is dumb. I know.
Wilson is going to be a fucking star in this league. He already is.
Oh yeah,
as far as I'm concerned,
he'll be in the Pro Bowl. I think he will win Offensive Rookie.
I think he will too.
He should. If we can keep getting him the ball.
The Zero Sugar Rookie of the Week.
This dude is open all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, like I feel like
insane.
I would love to see. Like, I'm not the type of person who ever wants to like go to a practice or go to like a training camp. That's not really me. But I would kind of love to see Garrett Wilson versus Sauce in like a practice and see like
who
gets the better. I think when we play Seattle in a few weeks and we go up against Tariq Woolen, I think that'll be a fun matchup for Garrett and a good test for it'll be a good test for both of them. It'll be a good test.
I don't think it'll be a test for Garrett Wilson.
No, I think Garrett will win that.
I think it'll be a test pretty easily. Sometimes
it'll be a test for Tariq Woolen.
Yeah, I think that's the game where, like, because you have all these nerds and Seahawks fans and stuff that want to argue that Woolen's better than Sauce because he has more interceptions.
Bullshit. Well, you saw the votes too, right? And then Sauce commented on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like what 69,000 votes for Sauce and like 89,000 for Tariq Woolen.
Yeah.
Nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
But I think that Jets Seahawks game,
that's another reason why Justin should be on Twitter.
Number one, we better fucking win that game. Number two, I think that's a game where I think people are going to see that Sauce is the better corner than Tariq Woolen.
Sauce is the best corner in the entire NFL right now.
He is.
He really is.
I don't think there's any question about that. The man is producing game in, game out. It's ridiculous as a rookie. It's fucking ridiculous.
Reeves didn't even do that.
No. No, I think he might be the best pick out of a draft ever. Ever. Like for a rookie. For a rookie to fucking produce. No, I'm not.
That's like, a hot take. Rookie, that's a hot take, but hey, I'll support it.
Some rookie has produced at his position.
Hey, that's a hot take, but I'll support
it. The man was born to play.
You may be right. You may be right.
No, I would love to. I'd go back in stats and whatnot if I knew, but what rookie is better than this right now? Ever at his position. Ever.
Ooh,
fucking absurd. It's absurd.
That's a conversation.
Really
hey, we can debate this until the end of the season. I think it'll still be the same.
And it'll be Sauce that has produced.
Yes.
Like he transitioned like perfectly.
Oh yes. He came in as a vet from day one.
Yeah. Day one. He did. And that's the thing. They treat him like he is one.
Yeah, he has the vet. Yes. In the veteran mindset.
Oh yeah, it's extremely rare. It's the rarest. Like fuck.
Yeah, like Woolen might actually be. I mean, both are very athletic, but Woolen might be more athletic than Sauce. But Sauce is just better. Sauce is just better because he's got like the mental fortitude to be a shutdown corner.
And the range. The range. Sauce has Sauce is like 6'4".
Yeah,
it's absurd.
He's 6'4" with his wingspan.
And he's fast as shit.
He's probably like 6 foot with his wingspan.
And he's good in zone.
I think they said he's like 6'3" and a half. But that motherfucker, he's playing like he has like an 8-foot wingspan.
Yeah. He plays like if Shaq was like a skinny.
The man doesn't even need to jump to make his swats. No.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
He just puts his hand up.
Is insane.
It's absurd. It really is. It really like
he's
all right. Wait. I got another rookie. Who did just as well, almost as well his rookie year.
Damian Pierce.
Calvin Johnson.
Oh, Calvin Johnson. Yeah.
Calvin Johnson. Only one I can think of right now. Calvin Johnson killed it rookie year till he retired.
Yeah, and you know what they did that year? They went like 0-16.
Yeah, but the man was still a monster. He was still motherfuckers had the game plan for him on a shitty ass team.
I mean, Justin, where do you rank Ja'Marr Chase in this conversation as far as
Ja'Marr Chase? Yeah. Ja'Marr Chase is certainly up there. I'll give him a little asterisk because he had the Joe Burrow connection. Joe Burrow and him have played for fucking however long they fucking played for it.
I think.
So they had that connection.
It was Joe Burrow's junior year and senior year where he had Ja'Marr, and Ja'Marr's a freshman and sophomore.
Yeah. Okay. So they had that connection, which certainly helped transition to the NFL. 100%. But Ja'Marr Chase is up there. I'm not going to give him over Calvin because Calvin had nobody. Calvin just came through and was like, I'm this good.
Yeah, like Calvin Johnson was basically just like, all right, I'm like here, and there's.
He was a freak. He was just a freak athlete.
Yeah. Sauce is a freak athlete for a quarterback. You don't even have 6'4" quarterbacks like doing this.
Yeah,
like, oh man, it's absurd. It's absurd.
It is absurd. And I love that Sauce has basically become like a player that I feel like all the other NFL fan bases, they all seem to just hate Sauce, and it all just seems to be out of sheer jealousy.
Yeah, of course.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I give me your tears, give me your hate, because this guy, and now that he's like, now that he's like having a little bit of success in his rookie year as a New York Jet, now we have to people have to reach, and I mean really reach to try and find any sort of efficiency or flaw in his game and just run with it. Like people are so obsessed with Sauce Gardner that they were showing a play where Chase Claypool burnt him, or that play in the end zone where Claypool had where Sauce might have held Claypool a little bit, as if that had any impact whatsoever on that game. That's how obsessed they are with this guy.
Yeah, they.
So I'm looking at a.
It's absurd.
I'm looking at a CBS Sports. They put up Week 14 rookie rankings. 1 and 2. And guess who they are?
Sauce and Wilson.
It's
Yep.
Is it Sauce and Garrett?
Gotta be. Yeah, definitely.
I think I saw a different list where they had Sauce number 1. I think they had Olave 2 and then Garrett 3.
Yeah,
Olave deserves.
Olave's good too, but look at that. 2 Ohio State wide receivers, 2 and 3.
Yeah, and it's gonna be the same thing next year with Jackson Smith and Jigba, and then the year after that.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Hey, if Ohio State's producing wide receivers,
and probably what's his name, Keyshawn Butte or whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, him too. Yeah, they got wide receivers for days.
They do. LSU and Ohio State.
Yeah.
And that's insane.
Hey, that's where you got to draft then. Like we have the 3 best rookies. That's absurd. Three best rookies of a draft. When has that ever happened?
Never.
We have like 4 of the best rookies.
Yeah. even JJ has been doing good.
I mean,
as a run stopper, yes.
I mean, the top 3 alone: Sauce, Garrett, and Brees. If everyone's healthy, we own the top 3 alone. But then, Michael Clemens and Jermaine Johnson are both been sick. Max Mitchell, unfortunately, he's out for the year. And he had a tough game on Sunday, and apparently he's out now with a non-football injury. But he had a tough game. So I guess that whole I know, I think last week we were kind of talking about that whole George Fant, Max Mitchell situation, how that was going to play out. It seems like it kind of worked itself out, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Now Fant's hopping in, and I'm sure he'll do well.
Yeah. And that fucking play where he just tossed the dude, he didn't even have to do that. Like, why? Why? He just fucked everything up. That could have ended up helping us.
Could have. Yeah, definitely.
Was that Mitchell who did that or Fant?
Mitchell.
No, Fant.
Oh, Fant did.
No, Fant. Fant did it.
Like through the guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He just pushed him from behind.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Oh, now I remember what you're talking about.
You know what Colin was talking about?
Yeah. Back, right?
In the red zone.
Back.
Yeah.
Because I guess locked him into his back.
Yeah, that was some fucking bullshit.
Get hyped up in the game.
Yeah, I know. He was happy. I was like, oh shit, I'm getting back. I'm playing.
Everyone
I want to fuck somebody up.
Everyone was complaining about the coaching staff at the beginning of the year because of the team's lack of discipline and all the stupid penalties they committed. And
they wanted them fired.
Yeah, obviously that was a dumb one by Fant this week, but I don't know. I feel like they don't really commit that many stupid penalties anymore as much as they did in the beginning of the year.
No, they've gotten more disciplined. Certainly, it's not crucial. So that's a good thing. Hopefully, it continues on for the rest of the season and the playoffs. But we'll have to see. That's straight discipline. That's a salah.
I think it's so fucking funny that they put Sauce Gardner and not Ahmad Gardner on here. Like it's his name. Like they legit put Sauce Gardner, not Ahmad Gardner, Sauce Gardner.
Because it's Sauce, man. He earned it.
Let me read the little profile they got. Teams are just not targeting Gardner all that often. He has not been targeted more than 4 times in a game since week 7, according to True Media. He has not given up more than 51 yards in a game this season and is averaging 21.3 yards allowed per game.
God damn.
Because he has more interceptions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's only had like 3 or 2.
That's why Trayvon Diggs was so great last season, right? Because he had so many interceptions.
And
fuck out of here. Yo, I'd rather him be stopping.
Do you see how many yards he gives up when he doesn't get the interceptions?
Exactly. Motherfuckers are aware of him already.
He gave him a lot. I could say I'll say fuck the interceptions and give me the yards taken away.
Yeah.
The main
absolutely.
Like the main objective is to not allow them to do anything. I feel like
right. And that's what Sauce does.
Intercepting the football and creating turnovers, which is something that the Jets defense does need to get better at. It feels like for whatever reason, anytime there's a fumble, we don't recover it.
And I was just going to bring that up. They need to do more drills on recovering the fumble.
Yeah, just on the football. But I guess I'm kind of contradicting myself in saying this, but I feel like, stopping them from scoring is the first objective, and then creating turnovers is kind of like next on the list. But I do think that in general the Jets need to do a better job of creating turnovers, because you can really see how good and how dominant the defense can be when they create turnovers and create good field position for their offense.
Oh yeah. We'd be a very our offense would be more dominant if our defense would recover like any fumble, have more interceptions. We would definitely be better offensively, but we ain't there yet.
Not quite.
But hey, if that's our weak point on our defense, I'll fucking take it.
Our defense is so good, though. I feel like it's only a matter of time before the turnovers start coming more. Kind of like how we're always saying, with Matt Barzal, he's too good to not score goals. They're gonna come. That's kind of how I feel like defense. Eventually they'll start to get the bounces, or they'll start to get they'll start to force the bad throws and the bad decisions that lead to turnovers.
All right, man. If we can force him and throw the sauces way more often, that'd be great. But that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Well, the way you do that is you got to pressure the quarterback so that they don't realize that so that they don't have time to think, oh, that's Sauce. I got to avoid him. Got to force him mistakes.
1,000% agree.
Yeah.
We need to get there.
Yes, we do. And we also need to get to another commercial break because, believe it or not, it's been another half hour. But we will be back, and I guess we can maybe dive into the picks. I don't know if there's anything else to really.
I was gonna say, do you think Garrett Wilson breaks Keyshawn Johnson's rookie record?
Oh yeah,
stat-wise?
He only needs 55 yards, right?
Because Keyshawn had 844 yards.
And Garrett's at what?
And in 8 touchdowns in 14 games.
30 or something like that. He's only behind.
Yeah, no, he should. There's what, 5 games left or 6 games left?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of when he breaks the record, not if.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can probably break it at 16. Shit, maybe even 14. Yeah.
I think he'll break it before.
Yeah, he will.
I think he will before any sort of argument or debate about him doing it because the season was longer can come into play. So I think he'll.
So if he does it by the Seahawks game,
I think he does it before the 16th game.
I think he does.
Yeah. How many yards does he need?
He's at right now. He's at 790,
and he needs 8.
Yeah, so
he needs 60 yards.
Yeah, he could get it this week.
He could get it. Yeah, this upcoming week.
I think he'll just blow that shit out the fucking water. Because he's projected at 1,100.
He'll get it no later than the Detroit game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If he doesn't,
no, he should get it this week. If not, then next week.
I'll be right back.
I bet you will. This podcast is sponsored by Nestle Crunch Edibles.
And Papa John's.
Don't call him daddy. The papa is here.
Elijah Moore.
Apologize to Elijah Moore.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And now it's like now I'm hearing like that apparently the team like they never really liked Zach Wilson like ever since even since like training camp they like
and they all been like, all right, yeah, we don't like Zach Wilson, fucking, and then they just been playing him the whole time. Yeah, we don't fuck with this guy. We like Mike White.
I think it speaks.
Well, there was a moment where they asked Garrett Wilson, like, I think when Joe Flacco was playing.
Yeah, they said,
and he was like, yeah, he throws the ball like elite,
or like a more. Yeah, I think he said like he throws a better ball, a more ball, like a more professional ball is like essentially what he said.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, I don't know, but now everything's like starting to puzzle itself together.
Yeah, and so I mean, Joe Benigno, for all intents and purposes, I think Joe Benigno is kind of a dumbass, but he had he did have a theory at the beginning of the season that makes more and more sense now, where he had a theory that when the Jets were starting Flacco, when Wilson was hurt instead of Mike White, that the reason for it was because they were so scared that Mike White would be better than Zach.
Better. You might be right.
And that it would just be such a bad look, for
So we're gonna call him Mike White or Mike Wright.
And then for Mike White, whoever the fuck that is, to just be better than him. So it's like they just put Flacco in there so that like the fans would be like on board.
Okay. I guess we have Joe Flacco.
Yeah, because like I think I think that starting Flacco at the beginning of the season basically just prolonged the inevitable of this team being Mike White's team.
Like the QB controversy, pretty much.
Yeah, like I think they were just trying to avoid that because I mean, it would have. Like I feel like now it's like fine because like we had enough of a. Even though it's still a very small sample size, I mean everything in the NFL is small sample sizes, but I feel like we have we had enough of a sample size of Zach Wilson playing like dog shit to to be able to say that he is dog shit. I
mean, look, he's only had like a handful of like decent games.
Yeah,
it's like you can count it on like 3 fingers.
And then he really only has like a handful of like really decent like eye popping throws that like that like really wow you. Like, I feel like that's every Jets quarterback we draft lately. It's like most part they suck. They have a few really good games, and then they make a few throws, and then they make a few throws that you're like, oh, like like who else besides him and Patrick Mahomes can make that throw? And then we get all giddied up about it, and then they end up just sucking.
That was like me in the Sam Darnold game when we played the Detroit Lions, and you were at that game, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
Yeah, and I was at a bar, and I was like, "Oh my God, we finally got our quarterback!"
Yeah, the Darnold pick 6 followed up by.
Yep. Followed up by like they destroyed them. It was like 48 to like 17.
It was. I remember at the end, I was rooting for us to drop 50 on them. They were not willing to be that.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about
like Mike White
quarterbacks.
Basically, and I just started up the audio recording again. But we were just talking about how this whole Mike White thing and how pretty much it was inevitable that this team would become Mike White's team. Because we were talking about how Joe Beningo had that theory at the beginning of the year when they were starting Flacco, that the only reason they were starting Flacco instead of Mike White, because I mean, Justin, you left the opener early, but throughout the whole second half, the whole crowd was chanting for Mike White to come in. And I think the reason,
we put him in so we can start Zach later.
Well, yeah, the reason what Joe Beningo was saying was the reason that they were starting Flacco instead of Mike White at the beginning of the season was because the team was so afraid that Mike White would end up being better than Zach Wilson, which now you're seeing come to fruition, and that it would just be such a bad look, that Mike White's better than this guy you drafted second overall to be your franchise quarterback, and now you're seeing the locker room, really rally around Mike White, and it's like they never fucked with Zach Wilson anyway. It makes me wonder, how much did Braxton Berrios actually like Zach Wilson, and trying to be a good teammate and do the right thing.
Yeah, the right thing behind whatever your GM and fucking owner wanted to do. Fuck that. The right thing is to put the right quarterback in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as just Braxton Berrios personally, was he just trying to do the right thing to be supportive of Zach Wilson? When they were wearing
maybe. Who knows? Maybe.
I mean, Braxton did the heel turn. He showed up in a Mike fucking White shirt too to the to the game.
You gotta ride behind the man that's making y'all win.
Fuck this motherfucker here.
But it kind of makes sense, and now that Mike White actually is better, and you're kind of seeing that no one it seems like no one really liked Zach Wilson, aside the only thing they kind of thought that him banging a mom was cool, but he's nobody's really nobody was really going to bat for Zach Wilson the way they're going to bat for Mike White.
I think Mike White might have to fuck his mom so Zach Wilson can get back and get better. Some shit. I don't know what the fuck they got to do.
So I saw a picture of Mike White with his pregnant wife, and I was Zach Wilson bangs MILFs, Mike White creates MILFs. Mike White takes the MILFs out to dinner. Zach just goes there and takes care of his business like a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Mike White might not actually be good, but the dude is a vibe. There's no denying that.
You can see it though. You see the quicker decision making that he makes.
Quicker decision making. Yeah. The body language of the receivers.
And the whole thing about he can't throw far. That's bullshit. He overthrew Garrett Wilson.
The dude can throw far. And he's had several deep balls that all looked really good in the past couple of games. I mean, that touchdown throw to Elijah in the Bears game, that was
Elijah Moore, yeah.
That was
that was like a 40-yard, 50-yard pass.
He had the throw.
He
had the throw to Corey Davis with the game on the line. That was a dart. He's definitely had some and that
needle throws.
That throw to Garrett Wilson where he ran out of bounds when he probably could have just scored. Even that was a good 20, 25-yard dart before.
There was one play. There was one play against the Vikings where I think it was to either Corey Davis or Denzel Mims, and I thought it was an interception, and I didn't even see the receiver, and he just pops up. It was oh yeah, we got the ball. It was a reception.
I think it was Corey Davis. If I'm not
I think it was Corey Davis.
But yeah, I remember that.
I was oh fuck.
I remember it was such a dart, and it was just into like
I remember on TV it was going to the left, and like you couldn't even see the receiver.
Yeah,
because the DB I think it was the DB was just like all over him, and he basically had him covered.
Yeah, Mike White just fires like a bullet like into his body. He immediately gets tackled, but it was like, oh shit, complete pass, like, and then a damn good throw at that. But without
Mike White is good. They have to change their website name to Mike White is good.
Yeah. I don't want them cursing. I don't want them cursing Mike White, and I think they've already made as good shirts. But as far as like Zach Wilson and Braxton Berrios and them being good, I feel like neither of those. I feel like both of those shirts have aged pretty poorly, especially the Zach Wilson shirt. But right now I'm not feeling great about that Braxton Berrios shirt either because of probably just because of that drop. He's still very valuable in terms of special teams and stuff. And, usually he is pretty sure-handed. He's usually not someone who drops those passes, but he just couldn't have picked the worst time to actually drop.
Yeah, because 99% of the time Braxton catches that.
Right. And it's also just kind of annoying that it's like, you're scheming to your fourth wide receiver on a game-winning play with the game on the line.
That should have been to Garrett. It should have been to Garrett Wilson,
or even
Elijah.
Or Elijah Moore. Yeah, I would have been happier with Elijah Moore. Just to get his confidence up.
A tight end, and I think for this game against Buffalo, the tight ends are going to need to. The tight ends are going to need to really contribute in the passing game.
And it was Uzomah with that. You saw that Uzomah big catch? That shit was crazy. I was like, how the fuck did he even see that shit?
Because Uzomah could be good.
I low-key
Uzomah is good.
Overtake. I think Uzomah is going to overtake Tyler Conklin as tight end 1. I low-key think Uzomah could have a big game this week. And I think that with all the drop passes, I think that Conklin might find his way downward.
Conklin's been struggling.
Those looks might go more to Uzomah than T-Conk, especially now that Uzomah's got the goatee swag.
Yes, he does.
I'm telling you,
he's looking like he's trying to make an 80s porno.
Now that he's got the 80s porno goatee, he's gonna go the fuck off. In more ways than one.
Yeah. He's gonna go the fuck off twice.
Wherever else.
I hope for the rest of the season he keeps it.
Yeah, I would love to see that happen.
Especially if he does go off this week. I think he's got a rocket for the
then he has no choice.
We're eliminated from the playoffs. But speaking of getting eliminated from the playoffs or getting one step closer to playoffs, let's do our picks for week 14.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
We'll start with another absolute banger of a primetime game on Thursday night. I swear to God, next year they're gonna have
I swear if the Raiders get into the hunt and make the playoffs, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed.
I swear to God, next year they're gonna allow them to flex like every primetime game because
they fucking better.
Just, like, every primetime game this year has just been like
shit.
It's garbage. Even when they started flexing like bad teams into these games,
the Bucks and the Saints, and then last week was like, who was it? The Steelers.
That one ended up being good just because of the fourth quarter.
Although I will say the Bucks.
That's
Saints,
the only reason why. Shit.
I was not offended by that game at all. That was like a perfect.
No, it was good because I thought when I was watching it, the Saints were winning. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, good. I hope they fucking win. And then they come back. I didn't even watch it. I didn't watch the rest of it. And I woke up. I'm like, how the fuck did they win?
Yeah, Brady did what Brady was.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And then I saw like the Mike Evans call, and I was like, all right, yeah, it's over.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was pissed because I had a parlay. I had a 3-leg parlay. It was Saints first half money line and under 20 points for the first half, and Mike Evans anytime touchdown score. So the first 2 legs hit in the first half, and all I needed was that Mike Evans tutty. And I didn't get it because he got held on that play, and then they didn't look back his way when they got down there.
I was thinking of doing the Mike White pass attempts and like in-game parlays where and I would have gotten that shit because it was at like 22.5.
He doubled that.
Yeah, he doubled that shit. He doubled the plus.
Alternate pass attempts of 55.
I was like, God damn. And it was like Garrett Wilson for like 57 yards or some shit. I was like, God damn, I could have gotten all that shit.
Bet. It would have been a great prop bet.
It would have been an amazing prop bet.
I've been on an ice cold gambling streak, so if you're listening and you want to make some money, you probably should just bet on whatever teams I am not picking for these games.
Yeah. I was actually going to propose that we should make a gambling podcast.
Yeah. I feel like our pick segment kind of is the gambling. But I agree. I'm never against being more focused on gambling.
Oh yeah.
And when it comes to podcasting,
30 minutes.
Real life. But anywho, we will start with Thursday night game. The Raiders of Las Vegas and the Rams of Los Angeles.
What a shit game this is going to be.
Stafford out for the season. Neck injury. He might never play again, actually. Baker Mayfield is the new Rams quarterback. He may or may not play.
They say there's a possibility.
I think he should play.
I think he should play. Just for the hilarity of it.
Yeah.
I think it would be funny to watch a quarterback try to play for a team that he signed with like 48 hours ago.
Not even.
Maybe 5.
At the time of the game, yeah.
Yeah. I think it'd be fucking great to see him in there.
I think that
would love it. I'm picking the Rams just because of that.
I'm taking the Raiders because I can't consciously pick a team quarterbacked by maybe Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield doesn't play though, the Rams will have a better chance to win.
This is at LA, right?
Yeah, this is at SoFi Stadium.
Okay. Ooh, this is interesting.
Yeah, I think if Baker plays, the Rams do have a better chance of making it. I say that because Baker does have a history of actually like studying shit. But
that
it won't be enough to know the offense.
The first time he came into the NFL, not to cut you off, he destroyed us.
Yeah,
that he did. I was at that game.
I was having flashbacks of that, in the Steelers game this year. I was having flashbacks of that when Kenny Pickett came off the bench. I thought we were cooked. Like Kenny Pickett just like breathed like a whole new life into that stadium, and I was like, "Yo, there's no way we're gonna overcome this."
It was scary. It was scary.
But yeah, I'll pick the Raiders, and
I'm still gonna choose the Raiders.
And I do like the Raiders. Right now the spread is 6.5. I would take the Raiders to cover that too.
I could see it being I could see it being close. Only I don't know. I think McVay is gonna work something with Mayfield, and it's gonna end up being closer than it should. Maybe Cam Akers actually has a good game.
That's funny. Maybe though.
Maybe.
I
mean, like
I was picking the Rams. Me and
Raiders. The Raiders should win this game. They should.
I guess it would be better. It would be better for us if the Raiders lose. It's always better. One thing I readjust to now that the Jets are playing meaningful football in December, which I guess you could say mission.
This is so amazing.
Because that was kind of the goal at the beginning of the year, was to still be around at this time of year. So
yes, sir.
But one of the things I've had to adjust to is like the rooting guides again, as far as like what to root for your team to get into the playoffs. Because I used to just not really, for a while, out, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna bet on this game and I'm gonna root for that to happen. But now it's like you actually have to think like how does this team winning impact things for your team? So it's always
finally in that position.
AFC team, the AFC team, but got to pick the Raiders. Can't really.
Yeah, the Raiders should win it 100%. They should. I won't be surprised if they lose, but still, I'm taking the Raiders.
Famous last words. All right, next we have the Battle of Ohio. The Cleveland Browns, led by their new alleged rapist quarterback, and the Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm a Joe Burrow stan. You know who I'm taking.
Joe Burrow, who respects women. So, I mean, we kind of need the. It would be good for us, I think, if the Browns win this game. Although the Bengals are ahead of us, so it's like not a huge problem. But the Bengals do have that tiebreaker over us, which could be a problem. So I want the Browns to win, and I think the Browns could win. Actually, you know what? I'm picking the Browns.
You're taking the Browns. Ooh.
Browns. Taking the Browns.
Deshaun Watson's back.
And even last year, the Browns matched up pretty well.
The masseuse molester is back.
Yeah. Amen. I think Joe Burrow's got this. They're coming off a Chiefs win. They have the confidence running high. They didn't dominate the Chiefs, but they dominated the win. They made sure that they won the game.
Counterpoint. You know how
it was like 3 points.
You know how usually
yes.
You know how usually the game before the division game is the trap game? I feel like this is kind of like the trap game for the Bengals because they're probably so high up because that's like a rivalry to them. They're probably like forgetting like that their real rival is the Browns.
Yeah,
maybe. But yeah,
it does seem like a trap game to you.
But Mixon should be back this week too. So that's a whole nother. They didn't have Mixon against the Chiefs.
They did without it.
Jamar Chase has been back.
Samaje Perine is perfectly serviceable.
Yes. Oh yeah.
He's good. He's great.
Yeah.
He's the better Perine in the NFL.
Yeah. Shit.
Okay, so I'm rolling with the Browns. You're both picking the Bengals.
Yeah, I got the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll do the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. This may come as a surprise, but the the Detroit Lions are the favorites to win this game.
They're favored?
What?
The Lions are 1.5 point favorites at home.
I was gonna take them to win, but I didn't know they were favored. Shit.
Oh, no.
I'm still thinking
I might bet on this game. I think I'll take the Vikings.
I might take the Vikings too. I mean, to get the Vikings against the Lions at plus money, I'm not passing that up. So I will also take the Vikings.
Yeah.
And I will probably also
because Lions defense is not good.
No.
Yeah.
They let up a lot of points.
I know they're a better team now, and I mean, I guess there's been some allegations of fraud against the Vikings. The Vikings have kind of been getting the treatment that we had been getting, where everyone like they're beating all these teams, but everyone wants to dive into how they're beating them and moving the goalposts, basically. So they're getting the fraud treatment that we're getting, but. Yeah, there have been some allegations of fraud, but I do think the Vikings will I wouldn't be shocked either way. In fact, I would even feel better just betting on the over in this game. I think that should be.
What's the over under for that?
The over under is 52.5.
I was gonna say
yeah. I mean, the Vikings score a lot, and so do the Lions. So yeah. I think you got to take the
Lions
over.
Defense is trash, and I mean the Vikings defense isn't great. Or
not great.
They're not. They're trash too.
Yeah, over should go here. And I would take all the props for Justin Jefferson and friends.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
I'm on rock.
I might just do that. I might just bet on all that. Just Justin Jefferson and then Lions, Vikings, +1.
Yeah.
And then the over.
Yeah. A little.
That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad. I can see that happening.
But
I'm still taking the
bank on it. Who you taking? You do Lions.
Lions.
This nigga really gonna pick the fucking Lions? Come on, Justin.
I'm thinking them, man.
You win.
I'm thinking them.
Well, you gonna lose this week. All right. Eagles, Giants. God.
Like they're hanging out the Vikings at plus money, and it feels like free money, but it also feels like a trap. Like I feel like
Vegas knows something.
they always know. They always do. But yeah, next game, Eagles versus the Giants.
Paul's gonna be mad at me. I think all of us actually.
Yeah. Well, you taking the Giants? I can't see it happening.
No, I'm taking
it happening.
I don't. Eagles are too good. Giants still don't have any weapons besides Saquon Barkley.
Giants, assuming the Eagles have everything wrapped up in the last week of the season, I think the Giants will beat them then. But not today, not this week.
Not this one. I don't know. The Eagles' run defense has gotten better.
They gotta play them. They gotta play them again still, right?
Yeah.
This
After
is only
this game
playing, and then they play again week 17. So I think like the Giants. I think the Giants could end up splitting with the Eagles, but I think it won't be this week. I think their best chance.
Yeah, because the week they're going to play them again is probably when they sit all the Eagles starters.
Although I could see that week 18, those week 18 games mattering. So I could see a scenario where both Philly and Dallas are playing for the number 1 seed, and maybe even Minnesota too. I could see a scenario where that isn't resolved, that whole thing isn't resolved by week 18.
Eagles, I love Jason Kelsey. I love Jalen Hurts. I love AJ Brown. They're all good.
I like Devontae.
I like Devontae Smith too.
But
oh my god.
Goders will be coming back. No.
I like Sirianni too. I get a kick out of it.
Sirianni, you think he's gonna win Coach of the Year? I don't see why he should, because
I don't think
that team is already talented.
That team is so stacked.
It is. Like anybody could fucking coach that team.
He's like a dumb Italian. Like, what does he do?
He points and tells. Yeah.
I think Coach of the Year, realistically, it should be between.
He doesn't point. He just goes.
Yeah.
Gabagool.
Mamma mia.
I think
where's the gabagool?
Sometimes it's a snack. That's why you get the prosciutto. But I think realistically, Coach of the Year, it should be between Pete Carroll, Brian Daboll, and Robert Saleh.
Robert Saleh, yes.
I guess you could consider Mike McDaniel too. I think the Mike McDaniel Robert Saleh debate.
He'd be like fourth. The order you just named it is what the order it should be in.
Yeah. Pete Carroll probably should be number 1.
But that's only because he made Geno into what Geno is right now. Salah turned 3 rookies
right now.
But Salah turned 3 rookies into fucking veterans.
Yeah.
impressive.
But that's also Joe Douglas, so he should win Executive of the Year.
GM, yeah, you could argue that.
I think, and I think Joe Douglas would already be running away with that award if he didn't miss on the quarterback. I know that wasn't a decision. I know that was a last year decision, but
I was gonna say since it's this year,
and Joe Douglas would already have won that award.
Yeah,
exactly. but you know what the argument's gonna be? It's gonna be, oh, you have 3 first-round picks. Obviously, you should hit on all of them. But most of the time, no one does.
Yeah, no. They're first-round picks that don't hit.
Like, before this draft,
and he hit on all 3.
Yeah,
plus the second-round pick.
I feel like kind of the consensus was like, if they hit on half of these picks, that would be a good draft. Or even if they hit on even if they come away with 3 good players, people would have considered that a win. And they got 6.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm confident that the whole draft is fucking legit.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next year's draft just because of this. Just because of
next year's draft. We'll get into that in February.
Yeah. We ain't got to talk about now, but I'm just saying.
I've been doing my research. I've been doing who I think we need.
Well, I hate to break
I got it coming.
But, I hate to break it to you guys, but we're gonna win the Super Bowl, and then we're never gonna
so we're gonna win the Super Bowl and then shut down the podcast.
If we win the Super Bowl, I'm at least taking a year off. If not, never recording or watching.
I'm kind of with that actually.
Now, if we make the AFC fucking championship this season, that's amazing. That'd be fucking
that shit. I'm not counting shit out.
Yeah.
I'm not counting Super Bowl out. I think our defense is certainly there, and Michael.
The coin flip died after the Bears game, but still, the 11-6 in AFC Championship game appearance still very well could happen.
Very possible.
It definitely could.
Very possible.
Yeah. Anywho, so we're all picking.
Are we all picking the Eagles?
Yeah. Yes. Sorry, Giants. Not happening.
All right, let's go.
Sorry, Paul.
Ravens at the Steelers. So AFC North.
Oh God, I don't even know who the fuck to pick here.
Lamar Jackson is out, I think, at least 1 to 3 weeks, according to the injury that he suffered. He should be out for 1 to 3 weeks. He will not play this week. It'll be Tyler Huntley. And apparently Ravens fans are not even that high on Lamar Jackson anymore. It seems like they're kind of just fine with Tyler Huntley.
Wild.
He's good though.
He's their Mike White, I guess.
Yeah. No, I can understand that, but he's not going to be as good as Lamar.
With all that being said, so maybe there is more than a 1% chance Lamar Jackson becomes a Jet next year.
I'll take that any day.
Yeah, I know. We know.
And I am going to pick the Steelers to win this game. The Steelers have been kind of a hot, frisky team here as of late. They're at home playing against the Ravens and a backup quarterback. I think they're a team that knows how to play the Ravens. I think the Steelers take it.
This is a division matchup. I'm not falling for it. The Steelers are at home, and two glove Kenny is probably gonna come out with the win. The Ravens overall, they even stacked up on defense, and they're still not playing the way they were playing in the first half of the season.
They weren't.
Looking back, we should have been able to beat the Ravens.
Yes,
that first game, and I mean,
should have fucking whooped their ass.
They barely beat fucking Denver this past week.
Yeah, they beat them by 1.
By 1 point.
Yeah, they barely won that.
It was 10-9.
And they're blowing all these leads.
And that's why they were oh, we should get Lamar halfway through the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shit. Now
if we played them then, yeah.
So me and Mo are taking the Steelers. Are you taking the Steelers too, Justin?
I am taking the Steelers because they are the better team.
Oh, a clean sweep. Yeah, we're
without
going
Lamar
and slander. We do have to get to another quick break, but then we'll be back to finish up the picks and finish up the podcast.
I'll wrap it up. All right.
I was actually surprised. I thought you would pick the Ravens, Justin.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Lamar ain't playing. I ain't a Ravens fan.
If Lamar was
playing, 100%, yes, I would take the Ravens. Yes.
But I feel like you got a little. I feel like you're
Lamar is a Jet. What are you gonna do?
If Lamar's a Jet, Jets go 17-0. And what was that?
Cry because Mike went down quarterback.
No,
I'll be happy as hell if we get.
I want to know like in like a different universe where if Lamar Jackson was the Jets quarterback and we drafted him over Sam Darnold, where would we be right now?
Yeah, because we probably
like Larry David said that the Jets should draft Lamar Jackson, and so did you.
Yeah. Didn't Larry David call Mike McCagnon and tell him to draft Lamar?
Yes, he did. He did. He was like, we need to draft Lamar Jackson. And he was like, okay.
See you later, old man.
The man had the talent from his rookie year. He wasn't used as much as passing and whatnot. I think
his rookie year was still Flacco.
Yeah. Flacco was still there, but he came in, I think, for a couple games.
Around the playoffs, he came in.
Okay.
I think the last couple games and then the playoffs.
He would have needed a better coach to do well for the Jets. We would have ruined him. He might have gone he might have taken the Sam Darnold route and done better.
Do you think that do you think that some players are unruinable though? Like I feel like they're things, like Mahomes, and I feel like even to an extent there are things Lamar
because we could have drafted Mahomes
are unruinable. Oh yeah, we 100% could have. We could have had him. We could have had the Booty Bandit. We could have had Josh although I was adamantly against that. We could have done a lot of things. I think it's kind of funny that like all the 2018 cast-offs of the draft like ended up like in Carolina competing like for that job. I love it even more that Sam Darnold came out on top.
Yeah. Which is I love it. I kind of love it.
Yeah, like even though we should be kind of, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter what Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield does, but I guess like if you're rooting for like Darnold to fail because you want the Jets to be right about moving on from him, that's understandable. But Baker Mayfield's just such a douchebag, and I like Sam Darnold better as a person, so I'm glad that he came to that whole thing on top.
Yeah, I agree.
I am. I'm glad too.
Watch Baker.
I liked Sam Darnold, but like everything just they fucked him over pretty much.
They did.
They didn't supply him like Zach Wilson. They did Zach Wilson, and I think if they did, I think Sam Darnold would have been the better quarterback.
He's better than I mean, he's better than Zach Wilson right now.
Yeah, he is.
He's better than Zach after they took away Christian McCaffrey and Robbie Anderson from him. So
yeah.
Pretty undebatable. I still think it was the right move to move on from him. We just the wrong replacement. Is the only that's like the only issue. Because we would be paying Sam Darnold, and we wouldn't have been able to like build the team that we have built now if we kept Sam Darnold.
I think it would have been like
and we
how the Giants are dealing with Daniel Jones right now, and we would have paid him like the minimum.
Yeah, and the Giants more lost in the sauce with Danny times than we got with Sam. We cut ties at just the right time, but
yeah, with Danny.
Yeah,
Danny ain't gonna be no Josh Allen.
Anywho,
yeah.
Anywho, what's the next game on this slate that we?
The next game is the Bucks 49ers.
Bucks Niners.
Bucks not. Niners are gonna play with Purdy versus Brady.
Yeah, Brock Purdy. He's pretty good.
Oh, that's all. That's all he has to be to win with that team.
I know. Oh shit. See? Yeah. You know why? Because that genius head coach they got.
Shanahan. I'm giving this one to the Bucks. Only because I don't think the Niners are going to score enough to stop the fourth quarter comeback.
49ers defense is good.
Oh yeah, they're good. They're good, 100%. It's going to be a low-scoring game.
Like really good.
And the fourth quarter comeback.
You think it's going to be a fourth quarter? So top bowls, you're relying on top bowls.
I'm relying on the 49ers.
Tom Brady.
No, 49ers not scoring. Bowls, it's not going to be on Bowls.
Why?
It's going to be on. I think it's going to be on Purdy.
Purdy was able to manage that game real good.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Well, Shanahan managed the game really good.
Didn't he already have like a 10-point lead or so when Jimmy G got hurt? So from ahead, this will be like his first time starting a game 0-0.
What quarterback hasn't had success in that system in San Francisco? Nick Mullins did it.
It's been good.
Who else? Josh Johnson did it.
Yeah, Josh Johnson threw for 300 yards for us.
And they signed him. They signed Josh Johnson.
They did.
Josh Johnson should be playing this game.
I'd give him the start over Purdy, but they're not going to.
Oh yeah, 100%. Josh Johnson's good. I don't know why he's not even starting. I could see him in Baltimore offense.
Yeah, I think they had him last year after we cut him too.
Yeah.
Josh Johnson was when Lamar got sick or hurt or whatever happened to Lamar last year. Josh Johnson was one of their. I think he was backing up Huntley when Lamar.
He was.
Johnson, I could see he's a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence. He could be Jacksonville's quarterback. He could be.
I don't know, man. Josh Johnson has been on 14 different teams. There's something these coaches have seen. There's something.
So is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, Josh Johnson. I saw a crazy graphic yesterday. It was like Josh Johnson's been in like 15 teams in 14 seasons, and then like 5 of those teams were like 5 different stints with the 49ers. He's on like his 5th.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
I mean, Josh
I remember that.
Definitely start for Denver.
I'll give him 100%. 100%.
He could probably start over. He could probably start over fucking Mac Jones.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
He honestly, in that Thursday night game last year, when Mike White got hurt, he kind of looked just as good as Mike White did.
Yeah, he did. He matched up perfectly to Mike White.
Put up 300 yards like it was nothing. Mm-hmm. But the more I talk about it, I'm gonna pick the 49ers.
Yes, sir. And Justin's taking the Bucks.
I'm taking the Bucks
because he believes Tom Brady is still the GOAT.
It's just think he's got the fourth quarter comeback coming. That's it. That's how they win.
Yeah,
they blow him out.
You might be right, but I'm sticking with the 49ers. All right, next game is the Miami Dolphins and the San Diego Superchargers. Charge!
Two frauds.
The Chargers suck.
Yeah,
I fucking hate them so much.
I thought the Chargers would be a really good team.
So on top of picking who's gonna win, I want to know like who you guys are rooting for in this game.
I'm rooting for the Chargers, 100%.
Yeah, I want the Chargers to win.
Are they gonna win though?
I mean, what's good about it is the rest of the slate will play out before that game, so we'll kind of know. Like,
is it a 3:00 game?
This is a
4:00 game.
This is a Sunday night game.
Oh, this is a Sunday night game. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, this game got flexed to Sunday night. was the
shit,
game that
piece of shit game. Oh, this was the controversial
Jets fans.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We flexed to Sunday night. But the reason we didn't get flexed to Sunday night is because CBS actually protected our game from being flexed. That's why they protected our
game. You know what? I'd rather have that. I don't want to be on Sunday night. Fuck that.
I would love to see the Jets Sunday night.
Nah, I don't give a fuck. I could care less when they play. I just want to see them play.
Yeah, not for I'm good with them not being on Sunday night this week because that weird with the
this week at least, yes.
It's a Mike White prime time.
I don't care.
We'll get on
Mike White prime time. We'll get it. Watch. We're gonna see a whole bunch of games next year in prime time.
We're gonna play much better opponents next year too. So I think you'll see at least like one or two. I bet the Jets Cowboys game ends up being a primetime game.
But that being said, Chargers Fins, I'm taking the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm picking the Dolphins to win, and I think I'm gonna. I think I would be rooting for them to win, just to get rid of the Chargers.
Let's get rid of the Chargers.
Yeah,
I just hope we beat Miami week 18.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
I want them to fall third. Shit. Need them to lose. I'm taking the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers on this one.
All right. Don't be mad when you lose this week.
All right. We'll see. We'll see.
Then we got Monday
night game.
And the Cardinals. We need the Cardinals to win, but I know for a fact they're not going to.
You never know. Is Kyler Murray still playing?
Yeah, he's playing.
He's there.
Okay.
By the way, I have a question for you guys. So you remember how Kyler Murray was also drafted as a baseball player? What if Kyler Murray played baseball? What position do you think?
Second base.
I have the perfect answer for this, but I want to hear you guys. Second baseman.
Second or short.
Second or short. All right. Hear me out. Backup personal catcher.
I knew you were gonna say some crazy shit.
I knew it. He'll only play once every 5 games. The other 4 games he can play Call of Duty, and he'll catch for
backup personal.
Yeah. He'll be the personal catcher for the Garrett Cole of that team that needs a personal catcher.
He'll
just airmail baseballs into the.
So he's like the dugout. He's like the bullpen catcher.
What position did he play?
I actually don't know.
I have no fucking idea.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Sure.
I'm looking it up too. What position did
Kyler?
No idea.
So when I search, let's see. He was a prolific outfielder.
Outfield. Well, he has speed.
He got picked 9th overall. That's why.
Yeah, he was supposed to be good.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Russell should retire from baseball.
Yankees better have Russell Wilson.
So Murray committed to Texas A&M as an infielder, but he went to Oklahoma to play football.
Well, he got paid more.
Shit. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Bill Belichick I think Bill Belichick is going to make Kyler Murray look like all he did was play Call of Duty the whole week, regardless of how he may have watched. Patriots.
I don't think any amount of film Kyler Murray is going to watch is going to prevent him from making his mistakes. But I still think he's going to come out to win.
I hope you're right.
I still think they're going to come out to win.
The Cardinals.
Yep.
This should be our podcast picture.
Cover.
Yeah,
what could have been?
I'll send it. I'll send it to you on Twitter.
Yeah.
And who are you in this game, Mo?
I am. Oh, Patriots Cardinals? Oof, yeah. Damn. I'm taking the Patriots.
Taking the Pats.
I don't see any reason why they should lose.
Kyler bullshit. Kyler Murray bullshit. That's how they win. That's how the Pats lose. That's it. Just his bullshit.
Bullshit to come through.
Justin is taking the Cardinals.
Yep.
Brings us to I guess that brings us to the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills in the New Jersey Jets versus the Orchard Park. If you want to be real geographical about it, New York's real team against Canada's real
Canadian
team.
Bills.
Fuck that nonsense. The Jets are winning this game. It's a must win.
No.
Can't lose.
Ooh.
Must win. Our defense needs to show up. Stop their run game. Stop their fucking run game. Get a good pass rush. Make life easy for Sauce and DJ.
They really don't have a run game.
They've been developing a run game in the past couple weeks. They've been
trying to.
Yeah, because they can't have Josh Allen running for 200 yards and throwing for 4.
I understand that, but their run game, we still have a good defense.
Yes, exactly. But our defense needs to be tip top shape, and I'm not saying they won't be. No, they've been all fucking season.
Since week 4 or 3?
Yeah. Since Zach started. Since
Quentin Williams started yelling at the defensive line coach. Yeah. And that was the Cincinnati game, so that was like week 3.
Yeah.
Ever since then, they've been like elite.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, pretty much when Zach came back.
Yeah.
So we need. I'm not saying it's because of Zach. It was just the timing.
No, it wasn't because of Zach. It was just a coincidence.
Yeah.
Legit, it was.
It's a must fucking win game.
I think game's pretty much from here on out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm picking the Bills.
Picking the Bills?
Yeah. I'm picking the Bills 31-24.
I will I feel like the Bills are gonna win. But I really want to pick the Jets. I mean, it's hard for me to pick them to beat the. I mean, I didn't pick them. You know what? Fuck it. I'm picking the Jets. 23-21.
23-21.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna
33 is 211.
Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna be down 21-14, and then like late in the game, we're gonna score what we think is a game-tying touchdown. Greg Zuerlein's gonna miss the extra point, and it's gonna be 21.
And then he hits a 60-yard field goal.
Yeah, we're gonna get the ball one last time.
Nice. Yes.
Ball to win.
I like it.
I do like it. But I think they're going to be up 28-23 fourth quarter, and we're going to have the ball. So we're going to have to score a touchdown to win this damn game. 20. No.
Don't make me start laughing like Drew.
20. I'm gonna give him 24 to 23, but we're still gonna score a touchdown. We're gonna beat him 30 to 24.
30-24.
30 to
24.
30 to 24.
I like it.
Huh.
Definitely don't hate it.
I don't. I have to be devil's advocate over here. 30 to 24.
Game over here.
The high scoring game.
Over here.
Robert Saleh is proud to be our coach, and we are proud to have him as our coach. And,
yes.
Oh yeah.
And we are proud to be his fans.
We finally got a fucking head coach.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where I was going before.
I think it's safe to say.
Like the whole Mike White saga and like everything that's transpired this season.
I want him here for 20 years.
It's really been a masterclass for Saleh as far as it's been a masterclass as far as like his
he's been doing everything right.
Navigating through adversity and pushing all the right buttons and
he's not being biased at all.
And
he stuck to his game plan even
while
not
being partial to anyone due to
Zach sucks, like bench his ass.
Like that's right. In the past, I think there's been a lot of politicking with the Jets when it comes to these type of decisions. But I feel like Robert Saleh has been like the voice.
That's why we fucking sucked.
Yeah. I feel like Robert Saleh has been like the voice of reason and the voice of like we have to do what's right for the team.
That is a smart man right there. He is smart. Right.
No matter what,
I can tell when he's doing coach speak and just bullshitting. But either way, I like it.
No, he's there's been very
we're optimistic and we want Zach to come back in. You see every time he does that, he scratches his nose. That's how I know he's bullshitting, but I don't care. I
mean, like if you say something and then you scratch your nose, you're probably lying, right?
He's like,
or like
you can see it.
Even if you're not lying, you're not like sure of what you're saying.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, and you can't really fault him for it because like you could just change whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
Whenever you want.
Exactly. He's making the final call. He knows exactly what he wants to do, but he's got to tell the press.
He's telling you what he feels you need to know at that time.
Exactly.
Which I can't. I'm not even going to complain about. What he wants you to know, that's fine.
That's Belichick. That's Belichick.
Yeah.
Belichick doesn't.
Belichick is worse. Belichick is worse.
Well, Belichick says the bare minimum. He says the bare minimum.
Yeah, he does. He does.
But
he does.
That's how a coach should be. He shouldn't have to shit on his team at all. He shouldn't have to press them if it doesn't need to be happening. Just say what the press needs to hear. Say what the media needs to
hear.
Yeah.
Just make the decisions and give them the lip service they're looking for.
Exactly.
Yes.
You guys have all got
because the thing is, I see a lot of people want him to commit to saying Mike White is going to be the starter for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to do that because one, it's going to affect Zach, and two, it's going to say, okay,
it's going to play.
He's just going to. It's going to go back on what he said previously of saying like we still want Zach to start this season.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's basically going to contradict himself.
Yeah.
In a way, and he the best thing he could do is just not even talk about it.
Yeah, and he does it well.
So just leave it alone, and whatever the responses he's been making, fine.
At first, because at first when
go
he
week to week, why the fuck do you think that? Just go week to week.
Get Zach back out there. I kind of thought it wasn't exactly the best thing to say, but. It really doesn't matter, and like I trust him to. I think he's gotten better at like communicating with the media and stuff too. Like I just trust like whatever he feels is the best thing to do or say. I have trust in him, and it's been a while since I've been able to say that about a Jets head coach.
Ever. ever.
He's doing what's best for the team. Fuck the media. Fuck what they want to hear. It's what's best for the team.
And that's true. 100% true.
That's it.
He is.
Thank you, Based Bob, for all that you've done. And thank you to everyone who has listened to this episode. And we will see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.
Deuces.